What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Second take doing this video today because there has been some technical difficulties. But right now we are gonna run over what I need to talk about on this video. It is Thursday over here, and right now crypto markets has had some pretty wild swings on the lower time frames. Is Bitcoin still bullish? How do we spot hidden trends in the crypto markets? Gonna be taking a look into some very recent headlines in crypto. I'll give you guys my reaction. So a lot going on in this video here. Also gonna be talking about Turbo, the altcoin, KASPA, Polkadot. See what has gone on in these markets. Take a look into some price targets, their setups, what could they be doing in the very near future. If you guys are new to this channel, you guys should know that I dive deep into the charts every day to take a look into moves before they actually happen, because let's face it, that's a lot lower risk than actually chasing a pump on the day of. If you guys have chased pumps on the day of, let me know how that worked out. I have been there, done that. I know how you feel. And if you guys want to learn technical analysis and charts so you can see the markets a lot more clearly for yourselves, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on this channel. Any technical analysis requests for any coins in the market, also drop a comment letting me know what you guys want to see. I'll choose one every day for you. All right, we're going to be taking a look into some news first. Okay, Bitcoin price crashed to 100K, loading. Next targets reviewed as bears take over. So I kind of know where this bear is coming from. It sounds like a bearish headline. There are some bearish signals that we cannot ignore, including the monthly RSI. There is bearish divergence. However, there has been exceptions, namely back in 2020, December 2020, where there has been monthly RSI divergence and the bulls kept going. Okay, it's not always going to be, everything's going to be 100% aligned. And of course, I will not ignore that signal as a trader myself. And I will keep that in the back of my head. And it's not going to be 100%. Okay, I just weigh out the probabilities of something happening on the upside and the probabilities of something happening on the downside. And I will continuously chart the price action and see if I can get any hints on where the price action could be going. Now, we do have the daily 50 SMA coming up. Okay, I'll point that out later. That is going to be at about 100K right now. That could be the next level of support if Bitcoin does crash. Let's take a look at the next headline here. Trump media files for spot Bitcoin ETF approval from SEC. That sounds very bullish to me, right? Trump is big, and you know, if there's more ETF applications, I think that will only bring in more participants into the crypto markets. All right, this is coming from Crypto Potato. Bitcoin's current bull cycle is unlike anything we've seen before. I very much agree. This has not been a very smooth bull cycle, especially if we compare it to 2020, 2021, even 2023, 2024, before it broke all-time highs. Those were a lot easier times, but do I think easier times are coming up? Yes, I do. I am still bullish on crypto in the longer run and throughout 2025. If my opinions change because the chart changes, I'll let you guys know. Let's go to the next one. How to set up stop loss and take profit orders. This is by Cointelegraph. And all of these news pieces you can find within TradingView. And if you guys are newbies and don't have TradingView, you guys definitely want to consider getting one, getting a subscription. They have plans for under $20 per month. You can make that back in one profitable trade. And I think the education here, just learning the TA here, ideas from other traders, I think that's already going to be very well worth it if this is something you want to be in the long term. I have been using it for over 5 years, and I definitely recommend it. I have an affiliate link in the description section below. Check it out. If you use my link, I will get a commission, and that supports my channel. Thank you very much. Let's go over here to so this headline here, take profit order is very important because I constantly take profits, right? Before others take my profits. And I have both a short term and longer term strategy. Of course, the short term strategy, I'm going to be more involved and active in setting up shorter term profit taking orders. Stop loss, it's going to be a little bit more detailed response. Maybe I'll sprinkle some of that in throughout the video. But yes, stop losses, take profit orders, very important. Gotta take them before others take yours. Turbo. All right, Turbo. I think the news here is I don't see any recent news here. Okay, so let's go over. Let's move on. ECB, European Central Bank, cuts interest rates again. How did Bitcoin react? This is by Coin Potato, and I mean, in my opinion, when any central bank cuts interest rates, chances are that money, it's going to be more cheap money flowing, and chances are that money is going to flow into a lot of that money is going to flow into risk on assets, right? Just thinking back to the U.S. back in the 2010s when the interest rates were almost at zero, if not zero. That was a very bullish market for the stocks, okay, and of course for crypto as well. So let's take a look into the next thing that is very important, which is Bitcoin. But before Bitcoin, I want to point something out real quick here. ES1 exclamation mark S&P 500 futures, 4-hour time frame, very important because this is a bearish pattern, a rising wedge. If this breaks down, not good for Bitcoin. Okay, very highly correlated with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the driver of the crypto markets. The breakdown target here, it's going to be about 5,700 for S&P 500 futures. Something to be paying attention to. Of course, it's going to look very bullish if it breaks to the upside here. But this pattern usually breaks to the downside. Let's see what it does. Bitcoin, crypto markets, pulling back, has some pretty wild swings. And right now, trading view is kind of lagging, right? I saw this before, so all right, it is kind of lagging again. This is take 2 of this video. So let me just point out a few things, okay? Bitcoin on the hourly time frame. I still remember the charts. Hourly time frame. There has been a bear trap that I mentioned yesterday, where it did try to break down. So it's loading pretty slowly, but bear with me here. Even though my trend lines aren't loading, but bear with me here. So bear trap yesterday. This green candle wick, right? And then broke back into the pattern. Now, bear traps does not always guarantee a breakout. What it does say is that it's going to increase the buying pressure at some point because the short sellers are going to be, their stop losses are going to be going off, right? And this is what we saw. We had an increase in buying volume. However, this falling wedge is still intact, okay? And on the 6 hour, because 6 hour is the highest time frame, this pattern is still valid, right? And price target out of this small falling wedge pattern is going to be about 106K now. Quite a bit of reversal signals on the hourly time frame, which is bullish divergence, where you have equal or lower lows on the price action chart, but you have equal or higher lows on the RSI. Very likely that this is going to end up with bullish divergence here on this low right here if we compare it with this previous low. So that could be a very likely a reversal coming up here on this hourly time frame. All right, let's go over here to the next. Let's go over here to some altcoins here. Okay. KASPA. See what's going on in this market. Trading view. Still loading very slowly. All right. Weekly time frame. All right, so it's gonna right here, weekly time frame. Okay, it did have bullish divergence on this weekly chart. Okay, a couple weeks ago, right? And what this looks like is could it be a? It is. So it is a falling wedge pattern, right? I think I had a price target here, but I'm still waiting for trading view to load. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me today. Trading view doesn't lag like this usually. Something is up. Price target out of this pattern here is still going to be about 16 cents for KASPA. Still valid because it's still above the pattern. Take a look at this lower time frame, daily. Double bottom, okay, with bullish divergence. Price target, if it breaks above this double bottom, which it usually does, it's going to be about just right above 10 cents price target. Price targets are estimates only, right? And it could be more, it could be less. And of course, everything I'm saying here is only my opinions only, speculations. None of what I'm saying here in this video is financial advice. Do your own due diligence, okay? Let's take a look into the next chart. Turbo here. Weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, it is still retesting that weekly 21 SMA there, right? Currently at about, it's downward sloping, so I don't like supports that are downward sloping because that usually says it could continue to retest that support. Daily time, okay, weekly time frame. That price target still valid, taking a while. Okay, price target out of this bigger falling wedge pattern. It's gonna be about 11 cents. It did break down from this rising wedge pattern we talked about. Breakdown target of that rising wedge pattern is about 0.4 cents. Okay, which price action did get very close to. Formed a double bottom here with bullish divergence. Usually breaks to the upside. Price target, if it does, is going to be about 0.52 cents. Let's load the 4-hour time frame here. 4-hour time frame, smaller falling wedge. Usually breaks to the upside. If it does, it's going to be about 0.43 cents price target. Actually going to have to move this measure move down because it hasn't broken out yet. And we're going to have a price target of about 0.42 cents for Turbo. Next, Polkadot. It hasn't been doing much. Weekly time frame. Still valid pattern since last time we talked about it. All right, basically weekly time frame here. Falling wedge pattern still valid. Price target is going to be about 19.5, about $19.55 here. If it breaks out by this point. Smaller falling wedge, it broke out, however, hasn't really done too much. Out of that smaller falling wedge, it's gonna be about $10.30, about just $10, okay? Trying to get above the weekly 21 SMA as resistance. Smaller time frame, see what it could be doing. Smaller time frame, probably on the 4-hour. Okay. 4-hour, it's going to be, if it breaks out by this point, it's going to be about $4.80. Still pretty big move for Polkadot. So this basically wraps it up for this video for today. And these altcoins, let me know if you guys want to see any altcoins in the comment section below. I would choose one of you guys to do an altcoin. I will choose one altcoin request from you guys every day. And this basically wraps it up. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next one.